Well, we have now reached peak annoyance as Hollywood continues to milk everything going on right now for virtue points. Now, I've long looked at this entire situation out there from a marketing perspective because that's what I know. And ultimately, what you want is you want people to change, to buy into what you're selling, to buy into this belief. I, however, believe that essentially bullying people and corporations to donate money or to put a heartless emoticon on this or to remove this, it doesn't do anything. It's all dumb. Lego removing the fireman Legos, dumb, doesn't change anything. Activision posting as a billion-dollar corporation, posting a white text on black background, more corporate speak statement, doesn't change anything. Demanding, sticking your finger in somebody's face and demanding they speak on something, doesn't do anything. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying, well, if you're an influencer, which, by the way, if you ever consider yourself that, you're already part of the problem, but demanding people use their platforms to speak on social issues, shaming people who don't. I saw a kind of a movement yesterday against Epic Games saying, well, Epic Games, you haven't donated money to the cause, so we're gonna open your purse. We saw people do this with Disney. Open your purse, Disney. Open your purse, Disney. Why? A fraction of a penny out of every dollar that people are donating to these pointless charities actually makes it to the black community. Like, you get that, right? I would rather see people volunteer, push a movement for volunteering, or push a movement for more foster parents for kids from those type of communities who end up in foster care. These are things that are practical change that can help. Donating money as a corporation to another essentially corporation who will most likely use that money to increase their own wealth doesn't change a thing. And Game of Thrones star Sophie Turner saying white silence is violence is dumb. It changes nothing. In fact, you know what it does? It makes me not want to talk about it. It's like these people don't have any idea how actual humans react to being told what to do. Part of not just America, but I'll use Americans as an example. And I'm sure it's the same in your country, wherever you are. Someone tells you to do something, you know what you do? The opposite. This is never more clear than let's take a 14-year-old girl whose parents tell her not to date a 15-year-old boy. Guess what? Life's gonna find a way, and he probably could have went about it the other way, but since you forbade it, now they want to do it more. The same works with essentially shaming people into getting behind your whatever it is, your movement. It's the same thing. We go back to the election in 2016 when Clinton was like, you take half a supporter, the basket of deplorables. Like, that cost her votes. There were a lot of people who looked at that and were like, I'm probably not going to vote. I don't like either of these candidates. But, Hillary just called a large group of people deplorable. Guess what? You know what? I'm going to go vote that day. They mobilized people against her. And that's exactly what this kind of stuff is. Sophie Turner, best known for her roles in X-Men Dark Phoenix, which was terrible. Game of Thrones, recently took part in Black Lives Matter protests in Mammoth Lakes, California, alongside her husband, Joe Jonas. By the way, I would be more impressed if somebody else snapped a picture of you than if you posted it. You get what I mean? And yeah, I know you could probably fake that, but when you're doing selfies at these things, I'm trained to be like, yeah, okay, clout grab. While at the protest, Turner held a sign that said, "White silence is violence." Turner chronicled her protest via Instagram. Of course she did. She shared 2 photos and a video. In the first photo, you can see protesters are laying face down on the ground with many of them hands placed behind their back. That's just creepy. She captioned the post writing, "We stand, we kneel, we lay down with you." It's the new religion. You know how Catholicism back in the day, and still now obviously, has this concept of original sin? That's what these weirdos are pushing. White guilt is the new original sin. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. I'm not going to feel 1 ounce of guilt for anything I didn't do. All right? This is absurdity. It's like you could push this on any community, all right? Including the black community. If you're asking people just to feel bad because somebody else with the same color of skin did, you're ridiculous. This level of collectivism is for the lowest IQ humans. And you know what, black folks, you should probably, you know, I don't know. I guess I don't know how you would feel, but it just feels weird that you have all these white folks lining up to give you pity. That's how it feels to me. Black folks are strong. They built a lot. There was a black president for 8 years. There are countless millionaires in sports and music and business that are black. Black folks can dominate on their own. They don't need some rich white liberal telling them that you know, they're there for them. It's so ridiculous to me. I don't know how that kind of stuff is received. If you wanted to put me behind, you know, put some sort of, you know, hey, we need to, you know, get better training for police. We need to abolish the union that protects bad police. Heck yeah. Oh, I 100% agree with that. 100%. This kind of crap, no. Now you get a video talking about how stupid you are. Hope it was worth it. Finally, in the video, you can hear Turner chanting with the crowd, "No justice, no peace." Many of the protesters are also kneeling down. Well, there was justice. All 4 of those officers were arrested. So why are you still out there if that's what you wanted? I'm just saying. This is another inconvenient... Oh, this video is spicy. Whatever, I don't care. Here's another inconvenient truth. How big do you think these protests would be if there was anything open? If people could choose between standing around downtown and causing trouble or going to a baseball or basketball game, how many people would still be there? I'm sure there'd be plenty. But I'm just saying that to a lot of these people, they're treating this as Coachella. A lot of people are going down there because there's literally nothing else to do. And yeah, it's a good cause, probably. Bringing more attention, that police need more training, absolutely. Having a real strong look at how we enforce some of our laws, absolutely a good thing. You know, imagine being sitting in jail right now in a state where herb is legal and you're serving 3 years for having a dime bag. These are real conversations that I would love to have. But this is not a conversation starter. It's a conversation stopper. As reported by Fox News, Turner would also respond to a person in the comments who questioned, oh, here we go. They're arrested and charged. So there is justice. So can we have peace now? Turner answered, this is about Breonna Tyler, and this is... So it never ends, right? So it never ends. It's like, okay, well, we did what you wanted. Oh, but now we're going to move the goalposts again. Now it's about this. Okay, well, okay, let's get them justice. These people deserve justice too. All right, then what? Are you going to stop, or then you're going to move the goalposts again? You know? Turner answers this is about them and face hundreds, Eric Garner, and the systemic racism that black people have faced for hundreds of years. That doesn't exist, by the way. She's added, this is about changing the system. Justice will be done when society reflects our beliefs that we are all equal. Until then, there should be no peace. Well, that's easy when you're a multi-millionaire and you got nothing else going on for the summer. Joe Jonas would also show photos and videos from the protest. I mean, great. Proud of you. Turner had previously posted an Instagram of a giant Black Lives Matter image, in the post saying, "My heart is heavy. I stand in solidarity with those speaking out against bad behavior." I mine too. You should speak out against that. Absolutely. But then she kicks in with the white guilt. While my voice is not one that needs to be heard, I want to highlight some of those that should. And she went on to list a number of people, including Colin Kaepernick, Tamika D. Malloy, and Emma Dabiri. Don't know who any of those people are. Well, Colin Kaepernick, I suppose. The organization, they claim on their website, quote, Black Lives Matter, quote, we disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting each other as extended families and villages that collectively care for one another, especially our children, to that degree that mothers, parents, and children are comfortable. They also want to dismantle cisgender privilege. Their website states, we are self-reflexive and do work required to dismantle cisgender privilege and uplift black trans folk, especially black trans women. I mean, what? Your organization doesn't even really have a clear set of goals, any idea about actually accomplishing it. You're a black hole for guilty white people to pour money into. When you start talking about practical change and you stop milling around taking selfies, then I'll join the conversation, all right? For now, keep it peaceful, please, but know that you're not really changing anything until you get back to work. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.